Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Tammy and I am here to film a plan with me. So if you've been around the channel for a little while, you know that I don't normally post plan with me's. I like to keep details in my planner, but I don't necessarily like to share the details of my life on the internet. But also I just find it very therapeutic most weeks to kind of step away from everything else, focus on what is coming up for the week, what has happened in the week before, and really just take that time for myself. So this plan with me is coming to you because Carla and Ana on Instagram, See Law Plans and Functional Planning, I will link them in the description below. They offered up a challenge for this week to do a no white space planner spread. And if you have been following me on Instagram, you know I do not normally do a no white space planner spread. So I thought it would be fun, and I decided to switch out the kit I originally had planned for this week and use kit MK247C from Planner Kate, as well as a ton of my functional and colorful sticker sheets, just a few that I also have from Planner Kate. We'll see what else gets thrown in the mix, but let's get started. Okay, so like I said, I think the best thing for me to do, since I don't normally plan these, is to just let you know this is probably going to be long, it's probably going to be chatty, I'm probably going to make a mistake because I'm trying to do this and talk at the same time, but I think the best thing to do will be just get started and let's just chat as we go, and let's see how this turns out. So what I normally do when I start with these kits, well, again, I don't normally do a no white space planner spread, but I thought what I would do today is start with what I normally do. And that is basically to kind of start with the things that don't really change, or the things that I want to track, you know, every week or every day or whatever the case. I do work a full-time job, and so what I have been doing is kind of using the washi as a place to kind of designate that block of time during the day. So I leave a little bit of space at the top for anything that I want to track in the morning. And then I basically just run it across and go from there. One of the things that I was doing when I was mostly working from home was I would just track the days that I was going in the office with something different. Now I work from the office most of the time, and so I will probably just designate my scheduled work from home day for the week. That being said, I also will be having a meeting this week to see about possible schedule changes again. So I'm planning this week knowing that probably everything is going to change again. So this is the life we live in 2020, right? I do find it a little tricky to pick the same line when I'm working from one side of the coil to the other in the Moxie. I'm not sure if that's just me or if you guys have that issue. I kind of have to look at how far down I'm going. I do like to use a ruler. I do have a little cutter here that I recently got, and I could cut the washi with that, but this is how I normally do it. So again, since I already had this kit and I was not planning on doing a no white space planner spread, I didn't order any of the extras to go with this kit. So I don't have extra matching washi or anything like that to use. This would be interesting. But for now, let's just save that. I'm sure I'll find somewhere to use it. And so I like to start with that. Now what I'm going to do this week, normally I would run this just Monday through Friday for kind of my work week to designate that. But since the challenge is no white space, I'm going to run it all the way across and just add from there. One of the other things I'm going to use today, or see if I can use, are these date headers. So this was in a Misfit kit, if you saw my last video. And I'm basically going to see if I can use these in the Moxie, even though they're the strip headers and not the individual headers, which is a lot easier in the Moxie. Let's see if these will work and how much they need to be trimmed. So this is the other thing I think I don't know if you guys like, you know, edited, short, like sped up plan with me's, or if you like long videos, but again, this is probably going to be long. Partially because I never know when to basically stop talking long enough to really edit it well to speed it up. So I am going to trim this. Let's see. Listen, it just doesn't have to be perfect, right? I'm just going to kind of double this up a little bit to make this line up a little better. Yes. Crooked. Let's try one more time. So again, I don't normally use the date covers, and I probably would not be trying to do this at all if it weren't for the challenge, but it's a good way to use up things that I got. I do like these Misfit kits. The only downside for me, basically, let's see if we can figure out how wide we need this to be. Pretty much needs to end right after the word. But I did have some others that were the individual headers, and those were definitely the way to go with Moxie. So we'll just keep adding these. I do like that this makes the day so much more clear as you're looking at the planner. One of the perks of the Moxie is that it's a very simple grayscaled color design, so you can use all these different color kits without it competing with the planner design. But the downside is some of it, like the days here, I find are so light that it's actually kind of hard to see. So okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is just center this up as best as I can. And then I think what I'll do is just trim the edges a little bit. So I just got this tool, like I said, recently, and you just slide your hand right through, but it is so sharp compared to anything I've had on hand for a while that I tend to cut all the way through the paper. So I do have to be careful with that. So I'm just going to flip this around and trim this up. You could totally leave this even if you were, I mean, you could do whatever you want in your planner. Let's be clear, it's your planner. But you could totally leave this, but I'm going to trim it up because I think it's going to kind of drive me crazy if I don't. So I like to keep the ruler in place as I'm trimming, just in case it didn't go all the way through. It's easier to leave it right where it was to cut again. So, okay. All right, so we have the date covers in place, which was quite a chore, and they're not perfect, but this is what we are going to do. Let me make sure I have the days right. So Monday is the 24th. And the one thing I did not get out, which I do actually really love, are just long tweezers. If you live near the chain called Harbor Freight, there are actually really good things for crafters and, you know, paper crafters in general at Harbor Freight. So I have several pairs of long tweezers that I have probably had for at least 15 years, and they came from there. It was like a pack of 6 for, you know, I don't know, a few dollars. And so I don't know if you could find something exactly like that, and I'm sure you can find something on Amazon, but they do make it handy. I did not grab those before I got started today. So we'll see if I break down and go get those before this is over. Can y'all believe that it is almost the end of August? We are quickly approaching the 6-month mark for when I came home to work and mostly be at home, which is crazy to think about. Okay, so sometimes what I will do is use the full box if I just have a sheet like this to mark my work from home day, which, like I said, I don't know if that's going to change, but you know, we got a plan for the week, so let's just do it. When you do these mini kits from Planner Kate, this decorative box here is wider than the column on the Moxie vertical. So I'm going to trim a little bit, you know, off. Let me think about, I think these are, let's see. So this is, I think 1.5, yeah. So it just needs like, yeah, like 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm sure it's going to be good enough. And I've just got a small mat from another craft supply drawer in my office and slash craft room, just to make sure I don't cut the paper, because again, this is the kind of thing that when I cut it on the planner, it definitely tends to, I tend to cut too hard and cut right through my planner paper, which I usually only cut through the one sheet, but still, let's just try not to do that if we can help it. This is another reason I don't normally film plan with me, is I'm not sure how so many of you are so skilled at putting things down straight without turning everything around, flipping it around, or getting your head right over it. Okay, so that should be my work from home day. And then Thursdays are always payday, and one of our trash pickups, it's our trash pickup day that also does recycling, so I usually just put it there. So let's just go ahead and pick a couple of boxes. Garbage day on a pink sticker. It seems like it would make garbage like super fun, which is, I mean, I'm really just glad that, you know, we have that service. Payday, that is fun. Let's put that on a nice bold sticker. Payday is fun for me because I don't do payroll related tasks really anymore. I work in accounting, if you don't know, and my past experience, I definitely have had lots of responsibilities either in auditing things or journal entries for payroll and stuff. I don't do that now, so that makes payday more fun because you're just on the receiving end. Okay, we don't have kids in school or anything like that, so I don't have those things to take into account. One thing that I have been doing is kind of putting a flag at the top for my social media plan, so I am going to grab those tweezers. This is one of those pairs of tweezers I was talking about that came in the kit, and honestly it just helps me to be able to line it up without my hands in the way. Let me see if I can put these down here at the top. So like I said, I've been using this as just kind of a place to start being more consistent with my social media planning. I am planning on using the content planner, if you saw my flip through of that, more consistently, but I still like to have, you know, what I have planned to post on Instagram or something like that right there with my regular day, basically. And I'm not going to do this all the way across. I often do post on the weekend, but I don't put the tracking for that right at the top of the page. One, I really like to have my weekend banner from either the kit or from my collection. So let's look at, I'm going to use, instead of using the weekend banner that came with this one, I'm actually planning on using the one from one of the sheets that I have. So let me put this washi down because I'm going to go ahead and put this where I want my weekend banner to go. I know it's really close. This might be driving some of you completely crazy that I'm doing this, but it's what I have. And then let's put this weekend banner down so I know that what that needs as far as spacing. Yeah, happy with that. Okay, so now that that's done, I can come back in and I will typically just put these kind of still sort of at the beginning of my day, but that start of the day is just a little more low-key, a little later than it is during the week. Do you guys get up pretty much at the same time every single day even on the weekends, or do you like to have a little more of a relaxed schedule? I know now that my kids are grown, I definitely enjoy having a relaxed weekend, at least a start to my day. So, okay, so I've got my weekend in place. I've got the key things that are going on Thursday. I've got my work from home day. Honestly, the next thing I'm going to do is try to find my stickers. Even though I'm not done kind of using the kit, I really kind of need to think about the things that I know, like where they belong or what I need. So I have some work from home stickers from Kate as well. This may end up being all Planner Kate stickers. That's not necessarily the plan, but that's what'll work. So one thing I can do is decide, do I want to kind of highlight this lighter pink or do I want to use all the shades that are in the kit? Probably going to try and use all the shades, partially because I'm trying to fill in the whole layout, which is a little bit different for me. So let's see what we think will pop. I think I'm actually going to go with this. Let's use the matching pink, partially because I have a lot more of that. So let's put it... Do we want that here? Let's use up a little bit more space and put it at the bottom. Okay, that is done. Okay, so let's move on to a couple things. So I like to kind of make sure on Sundays that we're prepped for the week ahead. So I do normally block out time before dinner on Sunday to make sure that the house is in order, and I talked about this recently. I used the Flylady system forever ago when my kids were little, and there's some basic principles that I still use, essentially. And so I like to have time on Sunday before dinner to kind of make sure that those basic things are done. If you're not familiar with Flylady, her weekly home blessing, well, at least back in the day. I haven't actually been on the site, so I can't tell you for sure if this is exactly how she still does it, but the concept originally was that you do, I think it's like 7 things, and you do them really quick. So 6 or 7 things. The idea is you do them in an hour, just the quick. So you just vacuum like the main walkways, change sheets, get rid of any paper, magazines, mail from surfaces, and like change your sheets is like literally just like have 2 sets of sheets, change the sheets, and then you can put the set you took off in the wash, or you can save them for when you do laundry. But, you know, you're just getting the sheets changed. And you take out the trash, and you guys can comment in the comments if you are a Flylady fan and I am missing something in that list. But anyway, we will typically do those things here and there throughout the weekend, but I like to kind of have that checkpoint and make sure we've gotten them done. And then another thing I'm going to do, even though the habit tracker is built in here on the Moxie, I'm actually going to use these trackers from Planner Kate with some of the colors from this kit to kind of fill that in. So since I'm going to do that, I'm going to start at the bottom. The bubbles are probably in perfect alignment with that line, but I feel like, yeah. Okay, so let's just keep picking colors. So again, I am picking colors. This is a great place for me to look at what colors are in this that I want to use. So let's do yellow. I do love that these stickers are Monday through Saturday, like the layout, so that helps a lot. You're not getting confused with that. Let's see, yep, we have this light pink again, so let's put that here. I could do all of these exactly the same, but I think what I'm going to do is still use my vitamin tracker, which was one of the very first ones I got. And so since I'm going to do that, let me do one more of these, and then I will do the vitamins in this deep pink, which usually when I've done this in the past lines me up. So I'm a little bit short, so let's use some more. Sometimes I'll use this "Don't Forget" on a label. So let's use that over this floral that again has all the colors from the kit. So let's do that right on top. Okay, one more thing while I'm over here on the sidebar is to go ahead and do something here at the top. And again, since we are doing like no white space, let's bring that there. And I usually use the This Week label here. Okay, another thing real quick, using what I've got to do this, those of you who like all of your fonts to match are probably losing your minds because this is definitely not that. But the reality is my handwriting doesn't match any of these fonts either, so once I start using my planner, it's going to change anyway. We got our habit trackers down. I have the header down for kind of my to-do list area. One of the other things I have been doing is using the little asterisk stickers, again with the tweezers, to kind of make like bullet points. So I usually do this. Now there's not enough for every line in the Moxie if you do this, but you can still write on every line. Or what I have found is I tend to have a highly optimistic view about how many things I can get done in a week. And actually, since I started doing this or something similar, I tend to make a more realistic to-do list for the week. So I do not usually put something on every line anymore. I will sometimes have something that I want to write out enough information that it takes up both lines between the little stickers, but you get the idea. Also, even doing this every other line, it does not go quite all the way down, but that is good enough for me. Okay, so that's how I use that. I've got my habit trackers, so I don't need those stickers anymore. The next thing I got out is these book stickers. So we are going to be having the meetup Thursday night in the Moxie Life Facebook group for the book club for this month's book. I want to pull in a little bit different color here. I think I'm actually going to pull in the black. So one of the things I like to do is to, let's do this down here because it's probably going to be the last thing that I kind of like do for the day, that day. But I like to pull in black from these sheets when I am using a kit that has black because I don't use them for a lot of other things. Okay. Let's see. So I've got that down. Another thing that I have been working on is an online course called What Lies Between Us. And the videos are recorded this round, but the hosts are live on Tuesday night when the videos are released. So my goal is actually to spend some time on that and be able to attend this week live. But regardless, if I do it live, it's my reminder that I'm making time for that every week. And so I want to make sure that that is in there. Let's go ahead and shift over to the bottom. So another thing I pretty much do every week lately is keep track of what we are eating. Excuse me, I'm not the best for making a meal plan, but what I like to do is at least track what we did have so that I can look back for ideas. Or I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it's just like the days tend to run together. And so let's actually use, okay, for the week, Monday through Friday, let's use these labels and these little fork and knife icons. And let's do it sort of in the order that I did the sidebar habit tracker as far as colors. So we'll do that. I just love these colorful sheets, and Just kind of gives me something fun to look at throughout the week. This kit is so pretty. Okay, so I'm done with that sheet. Let's put these down for Monday through Friday. My goal lately with meals has been to at least try to be more intentional about our eating out, or it's takeout. Let's be real. We're not sitting down and eating anywhere but home. But basically trying to think about, you know, a small local business that we can order from, and also to try to go back to minimizing how much we're doing it. As I mentioned, once I started back to the office, I can't say I've done the best job of taking care of myself, which means, you know, overall as a family, we're not necessarily taking care of ourselves, period, when it comes to our health and nutrition. And there are actually some healthy options, so it would be better for us to put our energy and our money towards takeout that is actually interesting food and still, you know, has some healthful quality to it from a local restaurant. Okay, so I've got meals down, and I've definitely got a lot of black going there, but I like that because it pulls from here and it kind of ties into the gray that I used from the Misfit kit. I've got a lot of yellow here. I've got my home blessing. So I like to sit down Wednesdays. I usually make time for laundry. Going back to the Flylady stuff, I started doing kind of like themed days. So it started with Flylady, but what I tweaked just slightly was I kind of in my head still call it this. So like Monday is meals, and it used to be when I would shop as well. I haven't been doing that lately, but I might get back to it because I think it's still a day that's like, seems like less people are doing grocery pickup or whatever. But so Monday was meals that might be like clean out the fridge, plan meals for the week, shop for the week, whatever. Tuesday was tubs and toilets, so basically bathroom cleanup time for the week. Wednesday is wash day, so this might be like refreshing the towels in the middle of the week, which I usually wash on the weekend too as part of the home blessing time. But Wednesday wash day, and then Thursday, which doesn't really alliterate at all, but is like dusting and picking up and that kind of thing, and that definitely comes from the original Flylady schedule. And then Friday would be floors. For us, Friday has mostly been catch up for anything that didn't get done, really. But I still, as a result of that original kind of pattern that I followed for years and years, I still like to kind of hit laundry in the middle of the week. I don't do it every day anymore since I'm only doing laundry for myself and my husband, or like our towels, that kind of thing. And I do sheets on the weekend. Okay, so I've got that down. Grocery time, like I said, I don't know about you guys, but I've been using grocery pickup for like literally over 4 years, and I had the worst experience ever last week. Literally took over an hour to pick up our grocery order, and it was horrible. But anyway, so I think I'm going to try Instacart again this coming week, and I think it would be nice if we got our groceries in the middle of the week, but let's plan on that Wednesday so that I am not competing with book club or my other course or anything like that. So we'll put that there this week. I'd like to get into a routine with that, but we will see. Okay, planner time. I usually just kind of put a big block on planner time. Let me see if I have a coordinating like half box or full box something in my leftovers that will work with this. So I do like to kind of block out a big chunk of time, whether or not I am filming it. I don't have a great spare. I don't have like sheets of half boxes or anything like that. I typically just have the leftovers from kits. So let me just flip through real quick. But I do like to block out planner time, you know, a decent sized chunk basically, because I really do want to make sure that I'm making plans for the week, that I'm not forgetting anything, you know how that is. Oh, let's use, I know what we'll use. So in my recent haul, I got some of those boxes that like, they have the cutout for the time if you have an hourly planner. Let's see if any of those will work color wise. And I can just, how does this color look? So I don't need it for the hour cutout. I feel like that's a little bit off. Okay, maybe not. What else? What else? What else? What else? What about, I've got, Lord have mercy, I've got so many stickers. There's got to be something that will work good here. What do you guys do when you're just kind of like, I guess I need to go in and add some boxes to my cart. Not really. I don't need to add anything to my cart. Let's use these because I never seem to know what to use these for. And that is the perfect match from hers. So let's do that. Okay. So S772, if you want a full sheet of those, I've seen lots of different ways of using those, so it's a fun way to use that. Okay, this is how my brain works. Do you guys, are you just kind of all over the place with your plan when you do a plan with me? I don't know how in the world I'm going to do this as a no white space, guys. I don't know what I was thinking. I just don't, like, I don't have full boxes and things to fill this in. Just don't. Okay, let's go ahead and use some more stickers that I recently got in my order. So if I'm going to do grocery delivery here, I should still try to do the order maybe when I first get home. So let's do, now another thing I do with this, so this is a vertical planner, but I don't try to necessarily make these lines into hours or literal, you know, that kind of thing. So this is kind of the space I use for my work day, and then I usually put what I'm going to do right after work or my priority after work, have time for dinner, and then any other priority I have for the day. And sometimes these activities will happen before dinner or after dinner or spread across, but that's just kind of how my brain thinks. So let's use the yellow. I don't buy a lot of kits with a lot of yellow, so I do like to use that, kind of like the black. I like to use that when I can. I always seem to go through pinks and blues and even greens. Oh gosh, this crooked and driving me crazy. Okay, groceries. Enough with the groceries. I'm basically just trying to figure out how I can use all the stickers. Okay, let's see. All right, let's just go ahead. One of the other things I do have is several sheets of these little boxes, and I want to use these at the bottom, and I'm going to use these as like a daily big three. So I just need to make sure that I pick out colors that will coordinate all the way across the bottom. So if I follow this pattern, I need to make sure that I have two of the dark pink, I have plenty of this grayish purple, I have plenty of those yellow and green. Okay, so I'm just going to go in the same order. It's kind of like making it rainbow, even though, I mean, it's not technically a rainbow, I guess, but you get the idea. And I think what I'll do is just leave the space. I think I'll actually bring this just above the heart so that I have a line for gratitude still. Fit it in there. Let's line it up with the top of the box, shall we? I wanted to put my big three down. So my big three, I really started hearing about that from Michael Hyatt. He started a blog. I don't remember exactly when he started it, but I don't think it was too long after he started it that somehow I found it and I started following it. So I've been even enrolled in courses by him, and listening to his podcasts. He's had 2 different podcasts over the years. But he basically teaches the concept, and he's not the only one, but he teaches the concept of top 3 for the day, the week, all that kind of stuff. And so I really like to do that. And really, it's anything. It's business, personal, everything. Big 3. And so that's what this is. And let's see, the next color I'm going to want is yellow. So let's see, I don't have any on that sheet that I've used most of. I also know that I tend to say a lot, so I apologize. Let's see, the next color would be green, which I don't have the deep green on here, or the kind of Kelly green, so let's put that one down. But big 3 might be something at work. It might be a phone call that I need to make. I can promise you on Monday there's a phone call that I honestly have written in my planner on and off for probably the whole month of August, and I refuse to carry that task over into a new month. So that is going to be on my big 3 for Monday for sure, to get that all the way done. And then I have one more of these. And I will carry this concept through the weekend, partially because I sometimes need to remind myself to do things to take care of myself or to rest. So, all right, I've got my big 3 down here. We're not sure if we're gonna have to go to town this weekend, but if we are in town, we will probably make time to get out on the boat, on the water. So let's find a way to mark that. I think I'm going to do the trick of turning a flag long ways to mark that time. And we'll put a label on that. Again, we don't have a lot of yellow. Well, I do have yellow right there, but what I'm going to do is not try to put it at the top. It looks like a cross. Okay, let's put it down here. So whichever it ends up being, I can fill that in when we get there. Now, we don't have any doctor's appointments this week, and sometimes I'll put the payday, or I'll put the $sign and the trash icon on these. So let's go ahead and do that. Layer those. Is it weird to plan your week like from your sticker sheet? Like my sticker sheet is reminding me of what we have going on. Or am I the only one? All right, so to call, how about I go ahead and put this here, and then all of the calls that I need to absolutely make this week are just going to be my Monday priority. So I'll use that there, and that should be about it other than the boxes. So let's mark work with, oh, I know what else. Okay, on Monday I have another video. By the time you see this, that video will have already been up, and I have that scheduled to go up around times I'm usually able to take my lunch, so I can promote that and put it on social media. And then this plan with me, I believe I'm going to be posting on Wednesday. So let's put that in. And then I like these arrows. Let's find these. Oh, one more thing I know I have this week. Oh, water checkers, that's fun. Let me find my arrows. So I have these arrows for different lengths. And so I'm going to put this in on a couple of these work days to just kind of denote that I'm going into work, and that is my focus on those days. I won't always do this if I am not really trying to fill up the space. I don't know if this plan with me is really going to end up being a no white space spread, but it's about as close as I'm ever going to get to one. Since I have so many things already marked here, I'm going to use this little tiny arrow to put right there. Okay, other stickers that I get out because I knew I needed to remember is that I want to go to the chiropractor this week, and there's only certain days that they're there, certain hours, and so on. So I think I will go ahead and plan on doing that Monday. Yeah. Let's do, I don't really have, like this green is not as green. I'm out of those. So let's do the lilac, one more of those. So I will plan on doing that here. And then I will have a meeting. Just have those stickers. Well, I think I know why other people say they're always having to take time to clean up after they're playing with me. All right, so I have meeting sticker. I don't know exactly what time it's going to be yet, but I know we're going to have a meeting Tuesday at work, which I think is actually going to be the first meeting that our team will have had in person since January. So we'll see what time that is going to be. I like to attend virtual church on Sunday morning. There's 2 times that they offer it online. I usually just write the first one because when I can, that's when I'll attend. But, oh, I've got a lot of dark pink over there. Let's go for the, yeah, let's do green. Anyway, so I like to try to attend the first service of that because we're usually just kind of taking our time on Sunday morning, and it's easy for me to do that. If you are interested in finding a church that offers virtual services and you want some info on mine, you can just message me on Instagram, and that is the best place to reach me for that. So what else? So by Thursday, I have been pretty much toast by the end of the week, in office time. And I attended Plan with Lakin's Patreon monthly live Q&A. So if you're at our top tier on Patreon, you can participate in some things like that. It was so valuable. If you're one of the ladies in that, I can't thank you enough for all the great suggestions. And one of the suggestions was that the person takes time, like on Wednesday, to basically not have anything planned, to just basically reset, so that Thursday's like a new Monday as far as her energy level, and then Friday's done. So I thought that was a great idea, but I think for me it needs to be Thursday. So like book club is fine, but everything else really needs to be chill. I don't need to have a lot planned. And so I think what I will do, I want to kind of remind myself though to take that time. So let's see how we can do that. Let's use, so like I have some of these, but like the color in the meantime is navy, which I don't want to use. So let me look through some other words that I have. So I have these, I have these. I probably should plan a workout for that day, honestly, because it will really help my mindset, if I'm honest. Yeah. This isn't like the absolute perfect match, but I think that is what I'm going to put. So that might sound counterproductive to plan on downtime with a workout, but I did a 5K today, the day that I'm filming this, for myself, virtual 5K challenge with a Run Disney virtual race theme. And I don't know, honestly, if I'll do a real workout before Thursday. So I'm going to put that there. And then I think what I'll do is put one of those little squigglies to mark the time after that. Kind of that downtime. So these, I think I've only ever gotten these as part of the sampler sheets. I've never ordered a full sheet of these because I seem to get these pretty often. So let's put that. I have me time scheduled for Thursday to refresh. So work out, relax before dinner, get a bath after dinner, and book club. And then did add my TV icon here for my online course because I want to watch that live if possible. And this is definitely not a very good no white space challenge, but it was very last minute and it's a lot less white space than I normally have. So hopefully this doesn't just end up looking cluttered to me this week. I do wish that I had more half boxes and full boxes. That would have helped a lot. Let's see. All right, let's do some water tracking. And I do normally leave space for that, kind of right here. So I'm going to move this down. Actually, I'm going to move it up. And I'm going to put it on a box to help fill up some space. Yeah, that is what we're going to do. All right, water stickers down. As I was saying, that is a habit that tends to get, if anything derails the habit, it's like full stop. It just is a complete stop. I am going to save the weather stickers until I get a chance to look up the weather. I didn't do that before the video. All right, guys, I think that is going to be it for me. I need to get moving on with the rest of my weekend, and I think this is as close to no white space as I'm gonna get. When I fill this in, it's going to be a lot of black ink because Team Black Ink. Let me know in the comments below if you like short, sped up plan with me's or these long, chatty, rambling videos. And as I get better with the filming, then maybe I can bring them to you more often. I hope you have a great week, guys, and reset if you need it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, my camera stopped recording. I hope you guys are laughing as we go through this plan with me. I don't know where we left off. I really don't know if this video is gonna make it to YouTube. I keep getting cut off by the camera. Okay,